D&D gets its own TV channel, and Critical Role makes history with a threesome. Yep, that's a thing that I just said.
That sounds kind of crazy.
Sounds like you have mental problems, man.
Welcome to Fantasy News Friday, our weekly look back at all the news stories not quite big enough for their own video. If you like these weekly tabletop and fantasy news rundowns, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment so we can keep making them. Now, the end of the video contains our Critical Role recap of the week, so you can enjoy this week's news and then just click away if you don't want spoilers when I start shouting, "Spoiler alert!"
Thank you!
Now, on to the news. Dungeons & Dragons is getting its own TV channel. The long-rumored free D&D channel was officially announced this week, which will come to unspecified fast, that's free ad-supported streamed TV, platforms this summer. 3 new shows are coming to the channel, including a show co-created by Matt Lillard, where rotating guests create level 1 characters who then battle monsters way above their level. I wonder how that's gonna end every single episode.
We're all going to die!
Rebellion Unplugged is publishing a new edition of Tunnels and Trolls, which is notably the second major RPG ever made after, that Dungeons & Dragons game. Rebellion announced that it had purchased all of Flying Buffalo's games, which includes the venerable Tunnels and Trolls. Now, Tunnels and Trolls is notable in that it included one of the first sets of rules meant for solo play. We'll see if we get a new edition of this game, perhaps in the next year or two.
Now we play the waiting game.
A Star Wars trading card game is coming out in 2024. Fantasy Flight Games is making a new Star Wars TCG, which will come out sometime in 2024. Details about the new game is light, but it will come out with 3 new sets a year and will feature brand new art. Now, this is kind of a weird story because Fantasy Flight already made a Star Wars TCG called Star Wars Destiny, which was unceremoniously canceled in 2020 despite having a pretty good fan base and having several sets in various states of development. So, I don't know, I guess this is a response to Disney Lorcana or something, but who knows?
Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future.
The backer kit sign-up page for Gloomhaven, the role-playing game, is live. The new crowdfunding campaign will launch in June and will also include a reprint of Frosthaven and the massive Miniatures of Gloomhaven set, which contains 500 minis and replaces all those stand-ins from all the assorted Gloomhaven games. Now, that backer kit will actually go live next month, and we'll have more breakdowns of that entire thing, including the RPG, which looks awesome if you're a Gloomhaven fan, on this channel later.
Great story. Compelling and rich.
Netflix has announced that they are making a French movie adaptation of The Werewolves of Miller's Hollow, which those of us who live in the US probably know as the social deduction game Werewolves. Now, this is the game that involves sniffing out werewolves from town people using social deduction, and it's a readaptation of the Mafia card game. Not quite sure how they're going to make this all into a movie, but it probably involves a bunch of people sitting around a room and using their town people abilities and, clicks to basically kill the people they don't like. That's usually how that game goes for me, which is really sad when you think about it.
Now I'm depressed.
Anyway, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert for Critical Role.
3, spoilers, 2, 1.
Now, Team Wildemount's quest could finally be wrapping up on Critical Role. The most recent episode not only confirmed that the gods of Exandria were still alive, we've been wondering about that for a while, they are seeking aid to stop Predathos from waking. Also, we now know that Ludinus's Malleus Key was a smaller version of the Creator Hammer, which was the god-killing device created by the city of Aor, which directly led to that city's downfall because the gods smote them and totally wrecked the entire city. The episode ended with the clerics on the team basically being commanded by their respective gods to stop Predathos, and the group then teleporting to places unknown. And it was a little bit of a cliffhanger based on the expression of Laura Bailey's face. Also, we should probably bring up the werewolf or the elephant in the room. Yeah, Fern, Deanna, and Chetney had an in-canon threesome, and that is all that the Critical Role fandom can talk about. So, yeah, that's canon now. That's a thing that officially happened. This campaign 3 has really gone to some places, some really weird and mildly sexy places.
And the safe word is Parmesan.
Anyways, that's our news roundup for this week. Let us know what your favorite story was in the comments section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, please.